friends. We are so thankful to have you guys joining us here today. I'm Lexi, and I'm going to be your MC this morning. I am so honored to welcome you here to Orlando, Florida for the Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep Remembrance Walk. And it never fails to humble me whenever I stand in front of a group of people. This is such a special event because you're not here about pain. You're here about a love that is greater than anything and a love that is stronger than death. And I think that that's something that is so special. I have a privilege to be able to travel around and speak at different places about this, about my son Charlie, who passed away when he was 6.5 months old, and that was 2.5 years ago. And I never want to get used to it. And I never want to be numb to this, because what we're doing right now, this is a sacred thing. And this is such a special time to come together in a place where it's completely okay for you to talk about them and to cry. If you need to snot and cry and do whatever, you are completely free to do that today. And to share their stories with one another. We definitely encourage you while you're walking, if you get a chance, talk to someone that you meet about them. Because what we're here about today is about love. And a love that conquers everything. It's the strongest force, the greatest force, and it's the sacred force that you have within your heart for the children that we are remembering here today. So right now, we're going to begin. We have some special musical guests, a group called 3 Beyond, and they're going to come up and start us with a song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So would you help me welcome them up?
see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. They wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops high above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And the dreams that you dare to, oh why can't I
Thank you girls so much. That was beautiful. That was a really special song to me. It's one that often played in my son's hospital room. And so right now, I am going to introduce her. So Gina Harris is the Chief Executive Officer of Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. And she's gonna come up and really talk about why we're here today and what this is all about. So would you help me in welcoming her up right now?
On October 11th, 2008, I was due to have what I hoped to be my rainbow baby. But instead, on October 11th, 2008, I went to a remembrance walk just like this, not only to remember my baby Ethan, who was due on that day, but to also remember his big brother, who had died a year before. A day that should have been a day of joy, I came to a walk like this, and while it was difficult, I found peace and I found comfort in knowing that there were other people who had walked on the same journey as my husband and I had. It was difficult in 1 year to bury 2 baby boys, and on our journey, within the next few years, we experienced 2 miscarriages. So today marks 10 years since my husband and I were pregnant with our first baby, David. And 10 years ago, at this moment in time, I was full of hope and I was full of joy that we were expecting our first baby, not knowing the sad reality that all of us have experienced. You may have experienced a loss very recently, or maybe your loss is decades ago. No matter when your loss was, we joined together as a community for support. There are many parents who come to me who lost their babies decades ago, and they were told not to hold their baby or look at their baby and not take that time to grieve. While we all share a common bond of pregnancy and infant loss, everybody's journey is very unique. There's 3 things I want to share with you. First, take the time to grieve. Take the time, and however much time you need to process what has happened. And every journey is different. Some people need more time than others, but it's something you never 100% get over, as people might say to you. So take your time and don't be rushed. Second, find support. Find supportive people who will support you on your journey. And sometimes there are people who've been in your life that are no longer supportive to you. And I give you permission to not have those people in your life anymore if they're not supportive on your journey. And that's a difficult decision to make. But just know you're around a community of people who understand and will support you. Begin your healing through remembrance. And as it says on our shirts, it is through remembrance that a family truly begins to heal. It is through opportunities like this, either public or personal and private, that you have remembrance for your baby that really helps you on that journey. At this walk, we've established a community where you can speak your baby's name out loud, where you can honor your baby in a public way. And this walk exists to bring honor to every individual baby. This walk exists to provide a supportive community. And the other aspect of it is to help families who sadly will walk in our shoes one day. That there are families who will be here next year at this time, that at this moment in time, they don't know they will be here. And your support and what you've done helping our families by coming to this walk, and by those of you who did the fundraising pages, are helping those families in the future. We have a number of people who have been extremely instrumental in making this walk happen. This walk actually started in 2004 in Colorado by another organization, and then in 2014 they came to us and asked Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep to do this walk. And I had been attending since 2008, and knowing the significance and the importance, and knowing that the ability of this organization to be able to expand it to places like Florida, we knew we wanted to do this so we could provide that further support for families. It's also an opportunity for us to provide support no matter at what age you lost your baby, whether it's a miscarriage, stillbirth, early infant loss, SIDS, at whatever age, we are there to support you. We couldn't do this without our walk committee, and those individuals are Doug and Samantha Flegel, Brooke Paul, Rachel Fine, Brady Gillespie, Scott Taylor, Nicole Williams, Rebecca Garcia, and our amazing staff that we could not have this without them, Kim Bowe, Melissa Ramsey, and Carla Schaefer. To put a walk on in a new state is quite a feat, and so we thank everyone on the committee for making this happen. We'd also like to acknowledge all of the Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep volunteers, whether you're a photographer, assistant to a photographer, dispatcher, digital retouch artist. There are many in Florida. If you could just stand, raise your hand, and I'm going to say some names of those that I'm sure are here that I haven't seen yet, but I have seen, first of all, Scott Taylor. There's Scott. Okay, Scott, he's the backbone of Florida. And many of you, either he was your photographer or he made sure that you had images of your baby in one form or another. He has been with this organization for over 9 years. Cassandra Martinez, Sherry Worth, Dave Schlenker, Diana Weldon, Susan Dillon, and Danette Anderson. And Danette Anderson, she's a photographer with us. She is also one of our ambassadors. She is a lost mommy, and she is a former Mrs. Virginia, so she's done an amazing job helping to promote our mission. Let's give all of our photographers and volunteers a round of applause. Our MC, Lexi Barrett, check out her bio in the program book and check out her website. Her story is powerful. and there's many articles on her website that will be helpful to you, so check her out. Our musicians, beautifully done by Three Beyond, Leslie Sanders, Angelina Corbin, and O Sky. And then our readers. We hold every baby's name sacred, and to be a reader at this ceremony is something that we do not take lightly, because your baby's names are important to us and significant. And those are Scott Taylor, Zach Van Dyke, Scott Maxwell, and Anthony Bencomo. If you haven't checked out the resource pavilion, please check it out. It's over there. There's many resources available to you and other opportunities to get involved in this community. I think one of the healing parts of being in this group of people, this community, is getting involved as a volunteer. And that's a great way to leave a legacy for your baby. We would love for you to volunteer with Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep, or one of these other fabulous organizations, Mother's Milk Bank of Florida, Florida Hospital Foundation, Hyatt's Angels, the Tears Foundation, Angel of Hope in Central Florida, HEAL, Helping Endure Infant Loss, the Pregnancy and Infant Loss Resource Network, Caleb Cares, Cherishing the Journey, Sunshine State Angel Gowns, and the Finley Project. Let's give them a hand. Many of them have helped you on your healing journey. And we couldn't do this without our sponsors. And we had an anonymous donation that wanted to pay tribute to the Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep volunteers of Central Florida. Our bronze sponsor, Mother's Milk Bank of Florida. Supporting sponsor, Florida Hospital Foundation. And many of our in-kind sponsors, Rogue Pub, Harbor Community Bank, Arbonne, Trader Joe's, Starbucks Coffee, Four Rivers Smokehouse, Panera Bread, Costco, Target, Freshfield Farm, Krispy Kreme Donuts, I have to eat one of those in a little bit, Cuba Libre, Minuteman Press Orlando, and Pepsi. We would also like to thank all of you in our participation of creating your tribute pages for your babies, and the funds that were raised on those pages, like I said before, will help the families in the future. It helps us to recruit, train, and mobilize professional level photographers to be able to provide Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep services. We educate hospitals, so know that you are helping those families who will sadly walk in our shoes one day. We want to thank all of you for your participation. This is an incredible way to leave a legacy for your baby. And if you would like to stand, I would like to announce the top teams that raised the most money on their fundraising pages of $500 or more. And that's Julian's team, Jacob's Lost Boys, Team Farron, Zeke's Squad, Team DAC, Team ACR, Brenham Green, and Willow Marie Walker. And I'd also like to thank the Flegel family with Hyatt's Angels, because they have been extremely generous year after year through their foundation support. And let's welcome back Lexi to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So right now we're about to enter into really this time of remembering our children, reading their names. This is going to be a really special time. We're able to all come together as a community right now and really learn about these little lives that matter so much, so deeply. These little lives that are so loved, even if you never were able to hold them while there was still breath in their lungs. They matter so deeply. And today we are here to remind all of us about that, to celebrate their lives with each other, to celebrate the impact that they've made on us. So as we do this, as we have our readers coming up, we ask for everyone to just be very respectful while each name is read and refrain from speaking and try to remain quiet. When you hear your baby's name, please release your butterfly. Releasing a live butterfly, though, for your baby is a unique way to remember and honor them. The butterfly release is optional, but when you hear your baby's name, please release it. Please allow the butterfly to fly in its own time. I was asked to just make sure everyone knew this. The butterflies may take 3 to 5 minutes to wake up and to fly away, so just let it happen in its own time. If you have a butterfly that needs to be replaced, please see one of our volunteers who will walk around, and they'll be walking around to assist you. So reading our babies' names today are Scott Taylor, Zach Van Dyke, Scott Maxwell, and Anthony Bencomo. So I'd like to welcome them up at this time.
Ian Michael Isivido. Vivian Iris Acosta. Benjamin Caleb Acosta. Amara Mia Lily Alexis Ajugia. Raylin Eldridge. Dakota Mayrosa Allegro. Baby Root. Logan Henry Anderson. Zeke Henrik Anderson. Bentley Isaac Bailey.
Gunnar Jesse James Bartlett. Dustin Rodney Bartlett. Beatrice. Charlie Sawyer Barrett. Gabriella Grace Bencomo. Wesley Cole Blair. Hannah Ray Borden. Baby Brand. Lillian Sky Brown. Jasmine Elaine Brown. William Calvin Buchanan. Ruby Gail Burgess. Emma Lynn Cerna. Devin Allen Chase. Parker Lee Coleman. Janice Maritza Cordero. Graham John Cowan. Julian Alexander Cruz.
Mia Grace Dalton. Ace Nolan Deary. Clark Michael Dinica. Baby DeRoma. Kayla Sophia Elias. Jackson Alexander Eloy. Natalia English. Caroline Grace Feller. Quayla Nicole Fells. Hyatt Walker Flegel. Brielle Caroline Ford. Addison Lillian Frazier. Kano Garcia. Aiden Bryant Gillison. Miles Ryder Gonzalez. Lennox Kincaid Goodchild. Brandon Michael Greaves. Brenham Patrick Green.
Maddox Achilles Haggard. David Paul Harris. Ethan Robert Harris. Olivia Grace Pawsey. Ayla Elizabeth Pawsey. Madison Q. Pett. Jake Paul Hinman. Joey Hodgson. Cash Lamar Howe. Lily Grace Huff. Baby Huff. Nicholas Kane Iannucci. Avril Fiona Jackson. Brittany Jeffers. McCullum Lee Johnson. Keith Kessler. Daniel Lawrence Koenig. Patrick Thomas Lane.
Anthony Dominic Leon Ramos. Baron Willow Levert. Angelia Vanessa Lott. Chandler Bryson Metters. Moses Daniel Rey Mercado. Ethan James Merrick. Mauricio Mori. Andrew Donald Meyerskoff. Mikael Antonio Nomar. Liamara Alisa Osil. Amila Alicia Otero. Amaya Aixa Otero. Baby Otero. Deanna's baby boy. El Sidney Barajillo. Ava Parham. Enrique Pereira. Craig Rocky Petraglia.
Madeline Maraid Pylon. Madison Victoria Pritkin. Baby Eddie. Ashton Christopher Rice. Jacob Angelo Rivera. Grace Noel Robinson. Anthony Michael Rollins. Rowan Michelle. Mason Elijah Samuel. Grayson Thomas Signory. Duani Allen Sereno. Nicholas Arthur Smith. Kieran Timothy Spellman. Madison Elizabeth Stamper. Hope Irene Stastny. Braxton Roger St. Laurent. Paige Elizabeth Swindle. Derek Glenn Thomas III.
Nola Thompson. Nora Thompson. Caden Joseph Tozier. Jonah Cole Varney. Mateo Juan Vasquez. Aria Isabella Vega. Bryson Walker. Willow Marie Walker. Mason Nathaniel Walls. Easton James Walls. Dominic Carter Weeks. Ava Marie Weldon. Jake Alexander Wetstein. Madeline Rose Wilcox.
Seville Mauricio Wilson. Baby Worth. Anthony Michael Young. Mila Harper Zambito. Riddhi Narayana. Siddhi Narayana. Bentley William Green. Jaden Cristiano Laposta. Ethan Jacob Tillman. Mason Glenn Tillman.
Thank you so much to our readers for helping us to remember and honor our children right now. If you have registered, yes, okay, go ahead. If anyone registered their baby's name, but it was not read, Gina is gonna be right over somewhere. Oh, she'll be right here. So if your baby's name was not read, would you please come and tell her so that we can make sure that we get to read it? Right now, I would like to welcome back on stage 3 Beyond as they perform Stand By You. So would you help me welcome them up right now?
Put your empty hands in mine and scars. Show me all the scars you hide. And hey, if your wings are broken, please take mine so yours can open too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you. And oh, tears make kaleidoscopes in your eyes. And hurt, I know you're hurting, but so am I. And love, if your wings are broken, please take mine so yours can open too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we're breaking down. We can find a way to break through, even if we can't find heaven. I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we can't find heaven. I'm gonna stand by you, even if we can't find heaven. I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you. Yeah, you're all I never knew I needed. And the heart, sometimes it's unclear why it's beating. And love, if your wings are broken, we can burn through those emotions too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you. No truth, I guess truth is what you believe in. And faith, I guess faith is having reason. And love, if your wings are broken, borrow mine so yours can open too. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we're breaking down. We can find a way to break through, even if we can't find heaven. I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you, even if we're breaking heaven. I'm gonna stand by you, even if we can't find heaven. I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna stand by you. I'll be your eyes till yours can't shine. we're breaking down, we can find a way to break through. Even if we can't find heaven, I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna stand by you. Even if we can't find heaven, I'm gonna stand by you. Even if we can't find heaven, I'll walk through hell with you. Love, you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna stand by you. Love, you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna stand by you.
Thank you girls so much. So right now we want to join together. Before we go out to walk, we want to come together in unity as a pregnancy and infant loss community. When I announce what describes you, please raise both of your hands. When all hands are raised, we will connect hands as a symbol of support and comfort in our journey. If you are a parent, please raise your hands. Siblings, raise your hands. Grandparents, raise your hands. Extended family, please raise your hands. Friends, please raise your hands. Volunteer photographers, please raise your hands. All supporters of this cause, please raise your hands. Now please join hands with the people around you. Now this is an isolating journey sometimes. It can feel really lonely, like people don't understand. But know that where we're at right now, that you are seen, you are heard, you are known, you are loved, and your children are remembered with you. Just take that in for a second, because sometimes it doesn't often feel like that as we go about our lives. But here we are coming together for this purpose, to show some love for them a little bit more, because they deserve all the love in the world. As you, in your, I'm so sorry. This is a really special thing. As you release your hands, we will journey together for a reflective remembrance walk. We ask that all of you take this walk together. All babies' names pre-registered will appear alphabetically in groupings on large signs along the route. For those of you who have created a team and raised over $100, you will also have an individual remembrance sign for your baby. If you have a remembrance sign along the route and would like to take it with you, please collect it before you leave, and we just ask that the metal stands that are with it, that you return them to the registration table. Thank you all for being here today and sharing the memories of our babies with us. Right now, we're gonna go and we're gonna find Sam and Doug right over here and Melissa raising their hands, and we're just gonna walk along together. If you wanna keep holding hands, if you wanna put your arms around each other, whatever you wanna do, please join us as we remember them together.